So, Speed got himself into some trouble recently. Now, Speed's a guy who I've been watching recently, a good amount, I would say, especially with all the E-dates and all the crazy stuff that he did, whether it was yelling at Ash Cash, screaming about, am I talking to a female? Is that who's talking to me? That type of beef thing going on where he had Jake Lucky coming after him, which, I mean, anytime Speed breathes, Jake Lucky is coming after him, it seems like. Recently he set off a firecracker in his room like a month ago, the 4th of July, which was insane. He had the firefighters called because his alarm was going off because he started a fire in his house. And to think that this whole situation started because he called the cops and was like, hey, I need to know if I light my PS4 on fire, is that bad?
Hello?
So basically, I'm sorry, but this is not a emergency, but I have a genuine question, okay?
Okay.
I have a lighter and I have a PlayStation 4. And I'm thinking about lighting my PlayStation 4. And I don't know, is that a good idea?
I mean, where are you at right now, sir?
I'm inside right now.
Doesn't sound like a great idea to do it inside, but, I mean, we can't really stop you from doing it outside.
So what are you saying? Is it gonna catch a fire?
It'll probably catch fire a little bit, but it doesn't sound like it's gonna blow up or anything.
Oh, so I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're in the safety of your own home and outside, I think you'll be just fine.
And the guy who called, I'm 90% sure he called the non-emergency number. I didn't see the full stream, so I didn't get full context. But seems like he just called the police department. So people were saying originally that the reason he got arrested was because of that, if I could speak correctly. But I really doubt it. Especially with Adin Ross getting swatted on the exact same day. I feel like it was just like a swatters, I don't even know what to call it, just like their heyday, just being like, oh, we're gonna go after these guys. Adin Ross and I Show Gayness or something. I don't know. People are always making gay jokes about the two of them, which, I mean, they don't do anything to dissuade those jokes. So,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
I quite honestly do feel a little bit bad for Speed. I really think that he's playing a character 90% of the time, and I feel like enough people don't realize it, and so they see him do all these dumb things and they're like, oh man, Speed's such an idiot, oh my god, I can't believe it. And it's like he's playing a character and he just takes it overboard and overboard and overboard. And I guess somebody who didn't like, oh, but he was lighting a PS4 on fire, not an Xbox. It could have been anything that silly, or it could have been like, oh, I think he's going to R-word somebody because of what he said to Ash Cash, which was pretty crazy. I won't sit here and lie to you like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever. Nah, it's pretty wild. And I think what gets Speed into trouble a lot is sort of what got Boot Gang into trouble a lot back in 2016, is that when you do crazy things and that's your main claim to fame, you got to keep doing crazier and crazier things so that people are staying interested and they aren't like, bro, this is so boring. Dude, you've called the cops 7 times already. Oh my, you've crashed a car 3 times. We don't care anymore. It's like, oh, he crashed a car and he rode a rhino back to his house. Oh wow, that's insane. Obviously that would never happen, but still, like, the way to keep people interested in when you're doing insane stuff is to keep doing that insane stuff. Like Gideon, right? He went to the mall and started proposing to people, and then he started doing crazier stuff, and then he went to TwitchCon and got himself in trouble with Tommy Innit and his fans, which is a whole nother thing, right? He just kept increasing and kept doing stuff. But the difference between Speed and Gideon is that Gideon doesn't genuinely harm people or harm himself or say things that are going to stick with him for the rest of his life, like that Ash Cash comment, like his conduct in the E-dates. Again, I don't think that Speed is a serious person, but I do think that he sometimes goes overboard, and so people start to hate him, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this. What? I hate Speed so much. It's the worst thing ever. But back to the actual story.
Okay.
Speed ended up having the cops called on him, and there's this really weird video. I didn't know that Speed lived in Cincinnati. That's a weird little tidbit right there. And no, I'm not doxing him. Pretty much anybody who's gonna watch this video has already seen the clip. Just wanted to cover all the bases. But anyway, I don't even know what he was getting arrested for. I'm pretty sure someone called in like, oh, this guy, I probably gave Speed's real name, was like, my name's IshowSpeed, and I have 7,000 guns, and I'm gonna, I don't even know, take the Eiffel Tower hostage, or something crazy, right? Because, I mean, Keffals, who's somebody I talked about in the short I posted earlier, she got swatted for this email that somebody wrote using her name and then her dead name, and it had a bunch of grammatical errors. It was spelled really weird, and there were a bunch of crazy claims about her going to attack every cisgendered person that was a politician that she saw. Just a bunch of crazy stuff, and I guess the cops feel like they have to take that type of stuff serious, like, because you never know who's like serious and who's just joking, which is why you're not supposed to joke about stuff like that, but some people still do. Anyway, back on topic. Why did Speed have his shirt like up on his? Why did he want his shirt like on but not all the way on? Like, and did he stop and be like, officer, hold on, I gotta put my shirt on. Officer, listen, please, officer, I just want to put my shirt on, and please. And then did the officer let him get his shirt on, and then just be like, oh, now you have to go. Like, we can't wait for you anymore. Yeah, you have your shirt on over your chest. That's enough. We're gonna take your clothes anyway when we book you. Hopefully he gets released with no charges. Like, I don't want Speed to go to jail because of some dumb swatting call. Like, he doesn't deserve it. He seems like a kid who's just leaning too far into a bit and constantly gets him into more and more trouble. I really want to see what he's gonna say when he does get out, or if he is out already. I don't know if he posted on Twitter or something being like, hey, I'm out, I'm home safe, blah blah blah, because I haven't seen him do anything. And like I said, that prank call was really tame, so I do think that it was swatting. I think it was just another Adin Ross situation. So swatting is just so insane. Like, the fact that you would be like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops on this person on the internet because they're annoying me so much. Like, that's just so weird to me. Like, genuinely, what do you gain? Like, in a lot of cases, you don't gain too much. You can literally get a lot of prison time. I remember some guy was mad that he lost a Call of Duty match where they wagered like $1. Like, it was somewhere between $10 and $1. Optimus made a video about it. And he swatted the guy. The guy got killed. It wasn't even the right guy because he had an old address. And the guy who called in the swatting got like 22 years. So this is like something that really just puts you in a lot of risk. And there's literally zero reward. Like, oh, they got really uncomfortable. They got their computers and stuff matched with the Keffals situation, which is the most extreme one I've ever heard. And you know, it's really interesting because it's not like a right-leaning thing or a left-leaning thing. Like, people on the left, like Keffals, Ethan Klein, have gotten swatted. The Quartering got swatted. It's a Gundam. He's not really like right-wing or left-wing, really. He's more in the middle, at least in my mind. He got followed around by some random guy. It's just people not being able to differentiate. That's not how you say it. Not being able to separate the internet from real life, and then they go, oh, okay, I want to attack this person. I want to make their day worse, and that's what happened to Speed. In the long run, I think Speed will be fine, hopefully, and this might even give him a boost. So again, whoever swatted him, and they will catch you. If you somehow swatted Speed and then you're watching this video, they will catch you. They will catch you. They pretty much catch everybody. It's a phone call. It's traceable. You're getting caught and you're probably going to jail. Like, it's so ridiculous. Especially if you're like a teenager, like I am, and then you're like, oh, I want to spend the rest of my teenage years in jail. Like, what if he got hurt? What if he got shot? they would 100% charge you with something. You, the swatter. Again, just 100% risk. Well, like 99% risk. 99.999% risk. And 0 reward. Because you're not getting anything except for like a little bit of satisfaction. And maybe that's all they want. I don't know. But that's literally all. That's all I have to say about it. So, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Goodbye.